right? I mean, why not? So, what the heck? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Hang on, folks. I pushed the go live before I was ready to go live. But I figured the best way to get up to speed is just to do it because I haven't been doing it for a long time. McDonald, thank you for being here, sir. It's good to have you here. You are first. You already have a special place in my heart, but you have an even more special place in my heart now, Mr. McDonald. Thank you, Mr. McDonald. It is live. I hope you can hear me okay. So, how have you been, Mr. McDonald? Long time no see. I hope you've been doing well. I have 3 current federal lawsuits against San Bernardino County sheriffs, and I'm getting ready to file a 4th. I have 2 appeals in state court against San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. I don't understand why they want to spend so much taxpayer money fighting me. I knew it. Hey, Ham Sandwich. I wondered because Crofty, hi, how are you? Good to see you. Hey, Ham Sandwich. I wondered because I did a lot of live streams with regarding ZDT and regarding DOA, and I had to suffer the onslaught of all of his 40-year-old cat cougars attacking me, and all of his little gay followers attacking me. And no offense to gay people, but let's just come out of the closet and admit that you're following directly for a reason. But I wondered how many people, how many of the old trolls would just like pop in here, bam, 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 as soon as I went live. Because on this channel, I don't filter out you trolls as heavy as I do on my other channel, because as I've said 100 times, I have a specific goal on my other channel, and that's to progress my resistance and my reporting. And as my stated channel goals have always said, transparency, accountability, and reform against police and government corruption. And the trolls that come in there, you're just a waste of breath and a waste of time and a waste of energy, and you detract from my goal and from my message. So I have a no troll policy over there, and I just pretty much delete all of the trolls. But I'm much more forgiving over here on Sheep Show Live. But it didn't take long for one of you to pop in here. Oh, you're a San Joaquin nut writer. Oh, okay. Well, that changes things. The whole San Joaquin thing. If you look at I'm sorry, McDonald, I'll get right back to you. I got to deal with Ham Sandwich right here. If you look at if you go back through on this channel and you look at all the live streams, you'll see I'm pissed off. 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 I'm so pissed off. And the whole thing was a skit where I had said that if I want to grow this, what I had noticed was everybody was fighting. There was a whole bunch of infighting in the auditing community, and everybody was fighting with each other. And on this particular channel, I was trying to get it to, I was trying to get my watch hours in on this particular channel. And I was making, it was a skit, and I was being, it was satire, and I was making a joke that the only way that I'm going to be able to grow my channel is if I start talking shit about all of the other auditors. So San Joaquin was not special. He was just one of the many auditors that I was talking shit about during my skit on that channel. And I was talking shit pretty much about every auditor that I could think of. And San Joaquin was just happened to be one of them, and none of it was serious. And I had no beef with San Joaquin. But simultaneously, at the same time, DirectD and San Joaquin were fighting. And I came out and went public with my opinion that DirectD was bringing receipts, and DirectD, to me, sounded far more credible than San Joaquin. And agree or disagree with me, I mean, everybody's entitled to your opinion. I'm not stupid enough to think that, you know, everybody's going to agree with DirectD and everybody's going to agree with San Joaquin, and everybody's opinions are welcome, and everybody has the right to draw their own conclusions about the two of them. But I personally thought DirectD was more credible, number one, and number two, San Joaquin had did some of the things to me personally that DirectD had accused him of doing. And so I took DirectD's side, and most of his viewers took offense to that and started attacking me. And but the whole thing started out as a skit, as a joke, as satire. And apparently San Joaquin's skin was thinner than I expected it to be. And he took great offense to the things that I was saying about him. And for the record, and I think this is there's a pretty clear record of this. For the record, I think that he's talked far more shit about me than I have about him. So, Ham Sandwich, do me a favor, don't annoy me. You tell the truth. You're one of his nut riders. You're one of his nut riders. There's nothing that I could say that's going to ever get you off of his nuts. Everything that he says is going to be right, and everything that I say is going to be wrong. And unfortunately, I have to. The internet just, I mean, people like you, Ham Sandwich, just come with the internet. The fatigue is real. You fatigue me. Your opinion is meaningless to me. You're like a child. You know, it's like you're still in high school, and although I'm trying my best, you probably got about 2 more messages before I can't take you anymore, and I'll end up blocking you. Or McDonald or Crofty or anybody else in here can feel free to block. As a matter of fact, here, let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna time you out. Put user in timeout because you're bugging me. Okay, come back tomorrow and try again. But today you're already on my nerves. Doesn't take long. So back to DirectD. He was arrested today, and his charges are DirectD's charges are. Let me go here really quick, folks, and I will try to tell you what DirectD's charges are. Apparently, he went to the courthouse to file some paperwork. What paperwork he went to file, I do not know. This comes from off of his channel. He has a live-in friend that lives with him, and she posted on his channel earlier this evening to let everybody know that he went to jail. So if you look on my community page on this channel, it has the counts there. He got arrested today at St. John's Courthouse, and he was arrested for felony domestic violence, felony stalking, emotional distress, felony stalking, fear death, harassment, contact communications, a misdemeanor, and misdemeanor disorderly conduct. Now, whether those arrests are a result of his new baby mama drama, which is not his baby, or his old baby mama drama, which are his babies, I do not know, and will not know unless somebody tells me, because nobody's spoken to him yet. I'm sure he will say it. Hey, Patricia, good to see you. But John Q Public, good to see you. But there's no way to know, and it's he is a radio nerd. Hello, thank you for being here. I appreciate you and all your support. There's no way to know exactly whether it's new baby drama or old baby mama drama, and he has not actually seen a judge yet, so he's in the system, but we don't know what they're actually charging him with yet. And I tried to get on there because I was gonna slam $20 on his books because um, the whole do unto others thing with me, and there's nothing worse than being in jail, and very few people know you're in jail, and even less people know how to put money on your books, and you can't make any phone calls. You can't call anybody. So I mean, I have always been of the opinion that we are all innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, and all of the charges are just unfounded allegations. And I'm going to say something that hopefully doesn't shock you, but it wouldn't shock me if a lot of these charges weren't retaliatory, First Amendment retaliatory charges, because they know who he is, and they saw an opportunity to be tyrants and they took it. So Rez up there with my exact thought logic, how much of that is legit? Um, Domestic violence felony, who knows, right? Stalking, emotional distress, probably BS. Stalking, fear of death, probably BS. But we don't know. We don't know if this is a new baby mama drama or old baby mama drama, and this is all personal stuff. But DirectD really has no problem making his entire show out of talking about other auditors and the comings and goings of other auditors. So I don't see any reason why we shouldn't. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't talk about DirectD's arrest and charges. That's auditing news. But the thing is, this is a personal. Well, Rez. Uh, I hate to say this because I don't even believe it to be true, but I think sometimes there could possibly be some truth to. There's his side of the story, there's her side of the story, and somewhere in the middle, there's the truth. And I don't always believe that to be true, but I think it's possible that that's true. And being a person that has been accused and charged with crimes that I know for a fact that I didn't commit because I was there and I was awake and I was conscious and I know everything that happened. So myself being accused and charged of crimes that I know that I didn't commit multiple times, I agree. You can't trust anything that law enforcement says. And I'm looking at these charges. And what is domestic violence? What is felony domestic violence? You took the keys out of your drunk wife's hands so that she wouldn't drive drunk and kill herself. Well, there's domestic violence right there. You wouldn't let her leave because the wife was drunk, and you didn't want her wrapping her car around a telephone pole and killing herself. Well, there's domestic violence right there. Um, you know, your your significant other, either male or female. I mean, they tried to they tried to stab you in the eye with a pair of scissors, and it's a big he said she said, and you didn't want to get stabbed in the eye with a pair of scissors, so one of you has marks. And I mean, there's just so much to domestic violence that gets overblown. And I think that for me personally, um for me personally, I think domestic violence is uh, not something that we should turn a blind eye to, number one, but domestic violence is also something that we have gone absolutely batshit crazy with over the last 20, 25 years. And the last time I checked, it's already illegal to cut your wife's head off for talking to some dude who worked at a restaurant you know, who happened to be having a conversation with her outside of her house. I'm pretty sure it's already illegal to chop your wife's head off. So where domestic violence comes in, and the state has to make an arrest if any of you has any physical marks. Um, it's we've just gone batshit crazy with that. But and even in California, did you guys know that in California, and again, you want to independently verify everything that I say because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about 99% of the time. But in the state of California, Governor Newsom passed a law that even there's such a thing as financial domestic violence. So if one partner, either the male or the female, if one domestic partner um, is taking care of all of the finances and won't allow the other party to be involved in the finances, like let's say you control the bank account, and you won't let your significant other have access to the funds, that's also considered domestic violence now in the state of California. But uh it's just something that I read. And Brandon is in the house. Hello, Brandon. Thank you for being here. Hello, thank you for being here. Crofty, always a pleasure to see you. So, yeah, who knows if any of this stuff is true? There's some pretty hefty charges. We got 3 felonies there. I mean, I think that the elephant in the room is these are some serious charges, and he's in some serious trouble. The likelihood that he's going to see the judge tomorrow and get out of jail is probably slim to none, although Arizona is not as crazy with their bail as California is absolutely insane with their cash bail system. I mean, this would be what, $150,000 bond, $200,000 bond in California minimum, maybe. But in Arizona, who knows? I mean, maybe this is a $40,000-$50,000 bond here, and four or $5,000 can get him out. But I don't know. I know that the only place I was able to find any information, Brandon, was the Apache County inmate system, and it shows that he was arrested at the courthouse, and that those were the charges. But any other information? Apparently, his Michelle, I believe that's her name, his live-in friend. He has a friend that lives with him. Apparently, she was with him at the courthouse, and he came out in handcuffs. And bye, Crofty. Great night. I love you too, and have a wonderful night. Be safe. Be warm. Be healthy. Be happy. Cloud Seeds, welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think? First of all, does anybody know anything? Does anybody know if this is old baby mama drama or new baby mama drama? Is this related to his most recent struggles, or is this related to the older stuff with the other mom? We were thinking, obviously my first thought was that he was arrested on warrants related to cop watching, but none of these charges have anything to do with cop watching. This would lead me to believe that this is all new stuff. So I'm if I were to have to guess, I would guess this is all new baby mama drama. Hi, Big Chief. Good to see you. Always good to see you. That would just be kind of a guess that I would just be kind of throwing that out there. I would just kind of guess that it's new baby mama drama. Yeah, Brandon, he is definitely a character, and I personally don't. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking, Brandon. I'm kind of thinking it was her, and that she went out there, and and they were more than happy to file those charges based on her allegations, just based on her word. And I definitely think that um, this is motivated by First Amendment retaliation and nothing more than that. I don't think that there's any. I don't think that there's any evidence that they have any evidence other than her word alone that he did any of these things. Ag- I don't know. I did not look up and I did not read all of these Arizona revised statutes, so I don't know what the elements of each crime is. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of states that you can pretty much violate these by, you know, asking your wife not to change the TV channel, and there you go. There's stalking or harassment or disorderly conduct. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that this was an opportunity for them to get him and to engage in a little bit of tyrannical First Amendment retaliation. Um, direct these like anybody else to me. Uh, if you want to get along, let's get along. If you want to fight, let's fight. Uh, I don't have any particular love for the guy, and I don't have any particular hatred for the guy. I mean, he did call me a retard, so there's that. And I think that between the two of us, if anyone is a retard, it's him and not me. But I also think he's smart. I think he's intelligent, notwithstanding the fact that he's sitting in jail right now for 3 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. But I think he's smart, and I think he does make a lot of good points. And um, so yeah, I don't have any particular hatred for the guy, and I don't have any particular love for the guy either. But definitely don't like seeing people going to jail for crimes that they didn't commit. And but you're right. He wouldn't give two shits if any of us went to jail. He would not give two shits if any of us went to jail. Um, and you're right. Yeah, Rez, I don't. Rez is saying that his ex is jealous of the new girl. Yeah, I think that goes. Well, if we take him at his word, that's a definite yes. But I mean, we can't really know that, can we? Can we? We could believe it though, right? I believe it. I think that's true. Um, I think she was. I think this is all born out of jealousy. And I think the new girl, and these are just my thoughts. And what do I know? I don't live there. I don't have any kind of. It's not Big Brother, right? It's not like we're watching it 24 hours a day. It's not like we personally heard every conversation and saw everything that's going on. But it doesn't surprise me, and it wouldn't shock me if his girl Heather, um, wasn't trying to like make a nest there, and wasn't trying to make it home. You know what I mean? And wasn't trying to mark her territory. And it's not that far of a stretch to think that that the other woman, quote unquote, the other woman wasn't cramping her style a little bit. So like I said, that's if we take Directy at his word, and I have no reason to doubt the guy. I have not. I don't know him to be a liar. Does anybody know Directd to be a liar? Now let me tell you something, okay? This Chris Ryder guy or whatever, the guy he's talking with, I had a personal conversation with that guy, and there's something wrong with that guy. Now I don't know if I have any Chris Ryder fans in here, but there's something wrong with that guy. I mean, and I wouldn't believe anything that guy said. No, I mean, if that guy showed me a written document to verify something that he said, I would think that the document was a forgery. There's something definitely wrong with that guy, and I don't make those claims based on what other people say about him. I make those claims based on one conversation I had with the guy, and that was all I needed to. That was all I needed to see um, to come to the determination that that guy. There's something definitely wrong with that guy. I don't know if it's borderline personality disorder. I don't know if he's bipolar. Um, but there is definitely something off about that dude. 100%. That's just my opinion. Brandon says the girl blocked her trailer in on his property. He told her to leave. American. Ola, hello. American Zola, hello. Silence Boy is on his way. He's on his way in his Dantaras. Alcor's on his way. Does anybody want to come up into the panel? I don't know how to do it. So if you do, too bad you can't. I forgot how to make a panel. I was kind of hoping that I think there's a way to do it. I'll figure it out later. I don't want to experiment with you guys. But anywho, I haven't been around for a long time, and a lot of people have been asking about me, as in one person asked about me. But a lot of people, as in that one person, asked about me and wanted to know how I've been doing. And I just wanted to give you proof of life and say hello to y'all and to let y'all know. I think I've said it 5 or 6 or 100 times by now that I'm currently on probation. I was convicted of battery. And I'm currently on probation, and they are throwing around the word search warrant. A sheep show. I remember that one time that guy in the ghost outfit was following you by the sheriff station. Yeah, he got I told him, Americans Ola, I told him, and you may be him for all I know, but I begged him. I told him, stop. I said, please stop. I said, listen to me. Do yourself a favor and stop. This is not going to end well for you. And he didn't listen to me. And I ended up getting a restraining order against that guy. And he went to court, and he was sitting across the courtroom from me when I was getting the restraining order on that guy. His name was Ruben. And dude was just looking at me with this big freaking I'm a psycho killer smile on his face. That dude was weird. And we had our trial and everything, and the judge looked at him and he said, this I'm telling you the truth. This is what the judge said. And I might have the exact quote correct, but it's going to be close enough. The judge said that I really don't have enough to prove that you were stalking, but in any event, you are definitely weird. So I'm going to grant the restraining order. And so the judge gave me the restraining order because he just thought that the guy was really creepy. And I agree, Your Honor. That's one of the few times that that I agree with the judge. I agree. He was really creepy. And he's just one of those guys that he's made up his mind that he knows me, and that it's my goal to go out into public and rage bait people and to harass people and to make them lose their temper so that I can either assault them or pepper spray them or sue them. And he's made up his mind that we're bad guys, and everybody that doesn't like being recorded in public that attacks us, they're victims. And there's no amount of convincing these people otherwise. They have their minds made up, and they're just insufferable. And I don't care how many times these clowns want to try to convince me that that there's anything wrong with what we're doing. I mean, if I've seen it one time, I've seen it 100 times. Your church is not on the sidewalk. Your church is inside of the church. So don't come out and say that you're having church on the sidewalk and somehow we're disrupting your church on the sidewalk when your church is inside of the church. And the same goes for your business. You don't work on the sidewalk unless you're a vendor, but you don't work on the sidewalk. Your business is usually set back from the sidewalk. You work inside of the business. And these people come out and they actually are the ones that are accosting us. and they're harassing us, and they're being aggressive towards us, and they're interfering with what we're doing, not the opposite. But it's all a matter of perspective, and some people have a skewed perspective, and I just think that this is something that government started a long time ago, and it's government propaganda, and so many people are so willing to feed off of that slop of government propaganda. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again 100 more times. Pick up a history book. Pick up a history book, and there's no shortage of the number of times through history that a majority of a people have bought into government propaganda hook, line, and sinker. And the government has said that we do it for clicks and views, and a lot of people just slop that stuff up like it's pig slop, and they believe it. But oh well, they're not going to stop me, and they're certainly not going to stop any other First Amendment auditors that I know of. And to my satisfaction, I am seeing more and more law enforcement officers no longer demonstrating a bias and taking these violent criminals to jail and arresting them for accosting and assaulting and battering us. And I'm very happy to see it, because for a long time, that wasn't what we saw. For a long time, we were the ones that were getting arrested for simply defending ourselves. And I'm a perfect example of that, where I defended myself and I went to jail for battery. And I don't care how many times or how many people tell me that it wasn't a malicious prosecution. I'm telling you, you're absolutely full of shit. That was a malicious prosecution. The prosecutors said it was a malicious prosecution. They came out and said and admitted that I went there, that in their opinion, I went there to cause trouble and I was a jerk. Well, I'm no lawyer. I'm no Perry Mason, but as far as I know, being a jerk is not against the law. And going somewhere to cause trouble even is not against the law, unless it meets certain elements of a crime. So, the prosecutor just came right out and admitted that they were maliciously prosecuting me, basically because they didn't like what I was doing. They didn't like my message. And they did. They maliciously prosecuted me, and our criminal and justice system is such that they can convict almost anyone of almost anything. And they managed to get a conviction, but it's now in the appellate courts. And I will have you know that I will appeal this all the way to the California Supreme Court, win, lose, or draw. I don't care. But I will appeal this conviction all the way to the California Supreme Court. And even when I lose there, I'll appeal it again. And any way that I can. Generally, that is the end of the road, usually California Supreme Court, but not always, not necessarily. So do me a favor, if anybody is still in here, can I get proof of your life in the chat? There we go. Wonderful. Right. Rez, I just saw that today. I don't know if I have anybody who's subbed to Sidewalks 22, but he posted a video today, and one of the cops was definitely being a jerk to him. Kind of throwing out there that he was filming little kids and blah blah blah, and that's the trope that gets thrown out there. I saw 2 videos today of auditors being accused of recording little kids, and that's the new trope. And it's really sad and it's really pathetic. That's all they got, and that's where people have to go. I record kids all the time. You're a little kid, you get in my shot, you're gonna get recorded. I see some auditors are like, they see a little kid and they're like, oh, I don't record kids. I don't give a shit. F them kids. Your kid, you get in my shot, you're gonna get recorded. You know what I mean? I don't go out of my way to record kids. I don't really give a shit about them. You know what I mean? Unless I do. Sometimes I do. But, a little kid's walking through my shot. I'm not going to, I'm not going to freaking I'm not going to hit the freaking eject button or the emergency stop button on my camera because somebody's stupid little rugrat walks in front of my camera. I don't give a shit. You walk in front of my camera, I don't care how old you are, you're getting recorded. That's just my own personal opinion. And I personally, I think it's a good opinion. I think y'all should do it. Let's all do it. But what do we got here? We got Amagansett Press today. Did everybody see Amagansett Press video today? A lot of people don't watch him, but a lot of people do. He got into a kerfuffle with somebody who wasn't minding his own business. Now, listen. All right. Put your pitchforks and your torches away. All right. If I have any Amagansett Press nut riders in here, put your pitchforks and your torches away. But Amagansett Press said that those two people on the sidewalk weren't minding their own business and got involved in something that wasn't any of their business. Well, he did the same fucking thing, right? I mean, watch the video. This was an AB parking argument, and he jumped right in the middle of that. And then other people jumped in the middle of it after he jumped in the middle of it. And then his argument was those other people didn't mind their own damn business. So am I wrong? I mean, watch the video. Am I wrong? Let me know if I'm wrong. If anybody's seen the video, let me know if I'm wrong. But that's what I saw. Now, does that change anything? No. I mean, did the guy that, got in his face deserve to be pepper sprayed? I think so, absolutely. And then, kudos to his wife. This one dude's wife, if you haven't seen the video, spoiler alert, I'm going to spoil it for you. So hit mute for the next 5 seconds. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This dude that accosts Amagansett Press over a parking space that he had nothing to do with. He got pepper sprayed, and his wife comes up and kicks Amagansett Press right in the nuts. And Amagansett Press is like, she's like waiting in the she like jumps out of a bush with her pepper spray and gets this other dude's wife right. And it was a really it was good for clicks and views. Let me just say that. And for all you morons out there, and I know that I don't have any morons in here. I already timed out the one moron that I had in here. Come on back tomorrow and let's try again. Just I already forgot your name. Whoever I timed out for 24 hours, come on back tomorrow and let's try again, but just be a little bit more intellectually honest, because I don't have any respect for people like you that ride other auditors nuts. Let's just be and don't be so juvenile. I mean, it's 18 and over in here. If you start acting like a 12-year-old little girl, you're probably going to get timed out. I won't block you from the channel immediately, but at least I'm going to try. I can't make any promises. Because I don't have a lot of patience with you guys. But I'll try not to. Maybe you guys can help me out. Brie Anka, son of a bitch. Briancal 77. That's as good as it's going to get. Bree, I'm going to call you Bree. Bree says I ain't wrong. Well, hallelujah. I love it when people agree with me. I am definitely an approval seeker, and I love it when people agree with me. Hallelujah. But yeah, that was Amagansett Press today. And what else? What else is happening in the commune, Itty? What else is happening in the commune Itty? SGV was out this past weekend. I don't know if you've seen it. I'm still butthurt. I'm still bitter. I'm still bitter over what SGV did to me. He hurt my heart. He hurt my heart. I thought we was friends, and I thought we was friends, and I had to learn the hard way that he wasn't a friend, and I thought he was a friend. I thought we was cool, but I had to learn the hard way that we wasn't cool, and that hurt my heart. And I'm still a little bitter, and I'm still a little bit butthurt about that. But nevertheless, I know that he is a fan favorite, and a lot of you still love him. And he was out this weekend, so I hope that y'all got a chance to watch him this weekend out there doing what he do. Mostly cop watching out there with the scanner chasing calls. Same thing as PLA. Him and PLA kind of do the whole cop watching thing. Me, I don't know. I probably wouldn't. I've tried doing it before, and well, first of all, I can't do it up here because the area that I live, all of the radio traffic is encrypted. So I can't do it local. So in order, if I want to do it, I have to drive, 45, 55 miles down into LA County if I want to do it to get to an area where I can chase the scanner calls. And I can't do it. I can't afford it. So I don't do it. And not to mention it's boring for me personally. I mean, the calls are so far and few in between. What else? I went out with who in here? Does anybody f with Press Harder? I really like that guy, Press Harder. He's always been one of somebody that I've looked up to and somebody that I've admired and respected in the community, just mainly for his intellect and for his knowledge on certain issues. Now, like, I don't ride nuts, so like most people, I don't agree with everything he says. I disagree with a lot of the stuff he says, but I personally think he's extremely intelligent, and I think he's a really nice guy. And I've gone cop watching with him several times, 3, 4 times now, maybe 5 times. And I think he's a great guy, and we don't have any issues, and we get along, and I think we get along. It looks like we get along. I went out with West Side Accountability, and she's cool people. I mean, that's what I have to say about those two. They're cool people. I don't have um, anything bad to say about those two people. I mean, I think they're cool people, and I enjoy hanging out with them, and I enjoy their company. And of course, let's not forget Al SoCal. We went out with Al SoCal, and we were cop watching, and a lot of that stuff never got posted. I didn't really post any of it because, oh shit, I got distracted again. Let me back. I was telling you a story about how I got convicted of this battery. Anyways, and they started throwing around. I had a thought, and so now I'm all scatterbrained again. But I'm on probation, and the judge is throwing around a search warrant because, as I have told you guys, I have 2 firearms in the California AFS database from 40 years ago that I don't own. One of the firearms is a 357 semi-automatic. Huh? What? A 357 semi-automatic with no model number is on my record. And it's showing up as a voluntary registration, which means that I voluntarily registered these. Huh? What? I never registered a 357 semi-automatic 40 years ago. And there's another 357 revolver that it says that I registered. These are guns that I don't have, and I never had, and I don't own, and I've never owned. And I don't know who registered them. The report comes redacted, so there's no purchaser information on it. So I can't track down a purchaser and say, hey, where did you buy these guns, and what happened to these guns, and did you ever give them to me, and who are you? I mean, if the purchaser information wasn't redacted and it said, it was like my dad's name or my mom's name or an uncle or a brother or somebody that I knew or a family friend, I could say, oh, well, let me contact that person and find out, if those guns ever existed or how they became associated with me. But I can't because the purchaser information is redacted. I've contacted the DOJ, and they say, due to privacy, they refuse to give me the purchaser information. There's no records or no proof that these firearms ever existed. I certainly don't have any records or any evidence that they ever existed. The government doesn't have any records or any evidence that they ever existed. Nevertheless, the prosecutor has said that that report is gospel. And if that report shows that I own firearms, then I do own firearms. And despite my protestations that are you absolutely out of your mind, this firearms database records are 40 years old. They're transactional entries. And what they say at best, even if you take them at face value, is that 40 years ago, I was associated with these two firearms. What it does not say is that I have access to these two firearms today, that I own them, that I possess them, and that they're in my residence today. But the court doesn't care about any of that. The court is trying to persecute me, and I am on my 9th hearing. I will be going on my 9th hearing, post-conviction hearing. Let me say that again. I will be going on my 8th. I will be going on my 8th post-conviction hearing related to firearms that I don't own, never own, still don't own, never heard of, never saw. And the DOJ refuses to take them off of my record, and the court refuses to let it go. So it's in God's hands. I have no idea where this will lead. I have no idea what will happen, but it is definitely a clusterfuck that I stepped in, and we'll just have to see. We'll have to see. So that's all I got for you all. Was just wanted to give you a little bit of an update and talk about a little bit of what's going on in the auditing community. Katie Kidman's still out there doing her thing. Nasty Nathaniel's been posting a couple of videos. I haven't seen much from you, Brandon. Are you out there doing stuff? Because I'm pretty sure I'm subbed, and I'm pretty sure I have all of your I have all alerts on from you, Brandon Mitchell, but I haven't seen a lot of stuff coming through. Let me know. Anybody that wants to contact me, you can all get me at sheepshowmedia@gmail.com. I'll put that in the chat here. So that's where y'all can get me if you want to tell me off or say hello or Effin Hoser. I didn't even see you, Big Chief. I think I said hello. Effin Hoser said he posted a video a week or so ago of what happened. I'm kind of thinking that's what happened. Yeah, he's been posting videos almost every day about his drama with his baby mama that's not his baby. And so I mean he's put a lot of material out there, and I'm pretty sure that Brandon is absolutely correct that this is a Heather storm, a storm that Heather has drummed up. And who knows? Maybe he has arch enemies, so maybe this other dude that he's been fighting with, what's his name? Tom, I don't know, and Chris Ryder. Maybe they've been calling and trying to put the deputies on. I don't have any evidence of that. It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. I've seen, I've been attacked before. I've had people, these nut riders or these 40-year-old cat cougars, and you say something that they don't like to somebody that they're circle jerking to, or somebody that they're in love with, and they will come after you. They will come after you with a vengeance. And I've been the target of internet hatred and internet scorn before, and you can't put anything past these people. These people are they live their life to ruin you, to do evil to you, to cause you harm, and that's what they live for. That's how they get their jollies off, and that gives them a certain sense of accomplishment that that they do that. But And I have certainly been on the receiving end of that. I've had people come out of the woodworks against me. I mean, Crackhead Kenny, give me a break. Crackhead Kenny? I was attacked by somebody. I have been attacked by somebody called Crackhead Kenny. Now, you haven't lived until you've been attacked by somebody called Crackhead Kenny. So we're at 50 minutes. I'm going to keep this to an hour. Anybody else in here? Come on, sound off. Let's make a record of who's in here. McDonald, let me go back to what you said. McDonald said he got a plea earlier in the chat. He said he got a plea from Victorville and the signature is not his. All three signatures came from the same individual. So McDonald entered a plea that he didn't even enter. Somebody forged a plea for him. And I don't doubt that. For those of you that don't know, back in the 80s, there was a story on a nationally syndicated talk show of one of the small cities up here where the cops knocked the guy's teeth out and then made him lick the blood off of the jailhouse floor. And that was in the city of Adelanto up here. That was when they had their own city police department. They've since been replaced with the sheriff's department. But they've since been replaced with the sheriff's department. But now we still have a lot of corruption with the sheriff's department and their great white leader, their great white knight leader, Sheriff Shannon Dykes, is corrupt in that he does not hold his officers accountable or to any standard, and creates an environment where corruption can simmer and fester and grow, and it has, and it does, and it will continue until there's a sheriff that actually believes in the rule of law and believes that the law applies to everyone equally and that his deputies should not get special treatment. And even more importantly, that detractors of him and his sheriff's department should not get retaliated against, and that's a violation of their constitutional rights. Now, hopefully, one of my court cases will remind him of that. I believe in miracles, and I will hope and pray that one of my court cases that I've filed will remind him of that. But you never know. I could end up like DirectD, or even worse, like Riverside County Accountability, sitting in one of Shannon Dykes's jails for a year with zero bail on trumped up charges. And I know that that was a very divisive issue, and several of my friends who I like very much disagreed with me on that, but I still disagree with anybody who thinks that spending a year in jail for pepper spraying somebody with no bail is justice. And I don't think it's possible that you will ever be able to sell me. I don't think that it's ever possible that you will ever be able to sell me on the notion that doing a year in jail for pepper spraying somebody with zero bail is justice. Rather, not zero bail, but no bail. I guess there is a technical difference. But what's going on with the chat? Anybody still in the chat? Let me go to live chat. Nobody's talking to me anymore. You're hurting my feelings. 53 minutes. I'm going to try and keep it under an hour. If I wasn't a glutton for punishment, I would end it early, because some of you are just hanging on in here by a thread, and I'm starting to feel like Alcor. You guys don't make me do it. Do not make me do it. Do not make me do it. Here. This is your fault. I want you to know it's your fault. You made me do it. You guys are making me feel like Alcor. I'm in here and I'm talking to myself, and nobody is responding in the chat. I'm going to stay here for another 2 hours and talk to myself. But having said that, it is really good. Whoa, look at that. That's amazing. I love that. What was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something. That's pretty cool. Woo, look at that. I'm pushing buttons over here, people. Look what I did. Look what I did. I put my email address up on the screen there. That's pretty good there. Yeah, I love it. I don't know if I'm sure I'm still live. I'm sure I am. There we go. There we go. So I will figure out how to create a panel. That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to figure out how to post the panel link. Right? Ooh, look, we could show the chat on the stream. Look at that. Whoa, that's beautiful. Is it showing up? I put it on the stream. That's pretty cool. Whoa, you guys, it's not blurring out my thing. You guys could see my placard back there. Take that off. Takes a minute. Ooh, look what I figured out. Ooh, look at that. Look what I did there. That's pretty sweet. All right, people. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. I will see you on the next one. This is Sheep Show. I am a born again patriot, and I'm out.